Alright, welcome back to the first of the best of threes. This is in the winner's bracket. It's Team Footwork against the Verge to see who's going to progress here. So we're going to be running this match, and then in between this one, we'll be running some of the losers brackets matches, the singles there. So this is going to be quite a good grudge match here. And Footwork, still my favourite team, still very interesting setups. They've brought three Asteros, which is going to be very, very cool to see. They've also got a Paladin who has come in at 0, a brave move when we don't have logistics on their team, an Eos, two Ishtars, and two Maledictions, and then a little Hyena in there as well.
Meanwhile, on Try the Verge, a Paladin, a Neros, two Eos, three Nus, and three Merlins. I'm very excited to see what these Asteros bring to the table. This is the SOE Frigate. We've already seen the SOE Cruiser used to good effect here in the tournament.
Yep, however, as Alex noted earlier on when we were looking at this, those Eoses Try the Verge side are blaster fits. There's going to be a lot of damage there, and they could potentially power through that Paladin where it doesn't have a logistics there to back it up. So we're seeing immediate damage applied to their logistics ship. Those Ishtars and the Paladin probably hammering it from range.
Yep, meanwhile, one of the Asteros is coming under fire, and they've delayed their drone launch.
And I believe Knifey has just micro-jumped out of the arena. The Paladin for Try the Verge, has micro-jumped himself past the boundary.
Oh dear, that is a critical piloting error.
That is not going to help his team, as Veraneros is taking incredibly heavy damage from his Ishtars from across the entire length of the field. The Paladin and the Ishtars from Footwork have hammered into Veraneros, taken him down, and that's the two linchpins of that setup off the field so quickly.
And meanwhile, on Footwork, one of the Asteros is about to drop. That'll be the first on-camera Astero death ever.
Yeah, they are very, very pretty ships here, and it's kind of a shame to see them go down, but certainly, while they've been trying to kill this Astero, their team is having a few problems.
Yep, we're now seeing one of the Eoses go into deep armor. Meanwhile, just frigates dying for Team Footwork, and dying very, very slowly.
Yep, and I believe Knifey has just beaten at least his record of the most critical ship in a team, getting out of the boundary in the shortest possible time. We're seeing NSAB was trying to tank in his Eos, so it's going to be a blast for Eos. It's still going to be putting out a lot of damage. They've still got some potential there to do some good work with them, but they are losing it pretty quickly here. He is definitely not tanking this damage without that logistics ship.
Yeah, I think the lack of logistics ship on Team Footwork is probably hiding a lot of the strengths of this the Astero. It gets a resistance bonus, which means it would be quite a resilient ship with reps, but there are no reps coming for them, and they are just dropping like flies now. However, they're trading these frigates for one of their command ships, and that is a terrible trade for Try the Verge, who are already well behind with that Paladin misfire.
Yeah, it looks like there's probably a separate frigate fight where those Enemies proving a fair bit stronger than the Asteros in the end, especially Merlins to back them up, but they're now losing another Eos here. And that setup from Footwork, again, an unorthodox setup from Footwork, turning out to be very, very strong. Those two Ishtars, that Paladin right in the centre of that Eos, able to apply a lot of damage straight across the field.
Yep, the Team Footwork damage application is extremely strong. You got the Ishtars with the tracking and range bonus. You've got the new Hyena, which has been rebalanced and now has a much longer web range and a much more effective target painting role. And they're just applying damage to this Eos at a rapid clip and is now in deep armor about to hit structure.
Yeah, I imagine that, as you pointed out, that Hyena with his bonuses for painters is probably what allowed them to take out that nearest of the sentries so early, making him unable to sig tank due to the massive bonus they get on the Hyena. They've been bumped up in points for this one due to the buff, but still very, very good ships with not a lot of cost, as we're now starting to see that support drop into the fire of these Ishtars.
Yep, and you got to keep in mind the Neros of the two armor logistic ships, it has the bigger base sig, so that target painter in the Hyena more effective than normal, combined with the tracking bonus that those Ishtars get, means those sentries were hitting for probably close to their full damage.
Yep, I think the best thing the Azonians can do now really is try and follow Knifey straight out of that edge of glory. They are not going to be lasting much longer in here, and that's going to be the first of the best of three round to Footwork. What will Knifey do next in the next round?
Well, if he has any hope of winning, I think he has to start with the game plan of staying in the arena for the duration of the match. I think
I'm seeing him
one of the keys to victory.
Seeing him saying in local that an interceptor AWOX'd him by bumping him so he was facing the wrong way, trying to spread the blame out a bit there, I think.
And this will be with a final ship dropping quite shortly for Try the Verge, as those Enyos are just getting evaporated. Oh, they're not even focusing fire anymore. Split fire on the Enu and Merlin, and they are both just being blown apart.
Yep, and that's pretty much going to be it. That's the last ships off for Team Verge, and that's that first of this best of three goes to Team Footwork. So we've seen these two teams soon after one of our losers bracket matches.